What's up, everybody? Let's talk about the Pittsburgh Steelers offense and its struggles and what they can do in order to fix things. What they can do to start maximizing the potential of the talent that they have on the offensive side of the football. It isn't all doom and gloom, and there's some things that the Steelers can do in order to start opening things up for this offense and allow Kenny Pickett to gain that comfort level that I feel like he lacks oh so much. As we've talked about in other videos, Kenny has really lacked a lot of confidence, and I think that doing some simple things, getting back to some basic things, would really open things up and build that up for Kenny. As we sit today, guys, though, the Pittsburgh Steelers and the rest of the whole AFC North would be involved in the playoffs. Let's take a look at that AFC playoff picture, the race for the playoffs from the AFC. You have the Kansas City Chiefs, the Jacksonville Jaguars, those teams at the top. There's some good teams in the AFC, but if you really look at it here as we have it up on the screen, the Pittsburgh Steelers are part of that AFC playoff picture along with the whole AFC North. And like I said in another video, I think if you come out of the AFC North and you're the winner of that division and you can remain healthy, you're going to be a hard team to beat in the playoffs because you are going to be super battle tested, guys. You are going to be a tough football team and you're going to know how to win games in many different ways. And if you're the Steelers playing the style of football that they play right now, I don't know if you can hold up in that playoffs with some of those teams. You have the Dolphins. Like I said, these teams they can score at will. So if you're the Steelers, you have to have some sort of an offense. And at times they haven't had it. Fourth quarter, they've had some offense. But the rest of the game, they really haven't had anything. And the Pittsburgh Steelers have to fix that. And if you're Kenny Pickett, the confidence level has to start to build. Now that you've found the right combination on the offensive front, and you're going to be afforded a little bit more time. You're going to be able to run the ball a little bit more efficiently. I think that that's where you need to start opening this play action game up, this play action pass game. The Pittsburgh Steelers really, I think, only have 27 attempts total with the play action pass with Kenny Pickett, and I think that that's not good enough. And the offensive line not being good for the first half of the season, I feel like was causing some big problems in that run game. They weren't able to run the football. They weren't able to have big time of possession, which bogged the defense down at times and really exploited them. And they were giving up yards in huge chunks and allowing things to happen that they normally wouldn't. But you see what happens when they're able to get rest during the game. When the Steelers offense is able to go on some decent drives, you're able to see that defense come in and get the stops that's needed. And they're able to play a little bit more exciting football, play a little bit tougher, and come out in the big moments. And the Steelers offense has to fix this time of possession thing. They have to be able to start running the football, and I think you saw that Thursday night. I think it's something big the Steelers have to do. Run, run, run. What is basic football 101? Running the football is the best medicine for a struggling offense, especially a struggling quarterback, because it opens up so many different things. And if you're the Steelers, you can come out in different formations. They need to start utilizing the tight end room a little bit more, coming out in some more heavy packages, bringing in an extra tight end with an extra offensive lineman even. Utilize your guys. Utilize that personnel. Come out in some different formations. You don't have to have Allen Robinson on the field who I feel isn't really contributing, guys. I don't. Allen Robinson has some catches, but I don't think he's really contributing. He's out there for almost 50 snaps a game. I think that him in the slot is hurting the Steelers' offense. You could slide George Pickens or Deontay Johnson into the slot and allow Calvin Austin to play on the outside, which is a more natural position for him. Because if you put Calvin in the slot, he's not going to be able to block downfield and provide those big hits, those big blocks that the Steelers need in the run game. Calvin won't be able to do that. Size limits him with that. So Calvin's going to need to be on the outside. And bring Calvin in more than just every time you bring him in, you know he's getting a jet sweep, or you know you're going to try to go deep to him. Bring him in and allow him to get in the mix a little bit and start loosening things up for Calvin Johnson, because you need that speed. And yes, Deontay Johnson, George Pickens, they can all play that slot wide receiver role. Even the tight ends can slide out and play that. You're allowed to bring in more than one tight end. And we're going to get Pat Freiermuth back here probably sooner than later. He should be due to come back here real soon. I got to check into that. But he should be due even this week. if all things work out for the Steelers and all things work out for him health-wise. If not this week, he'll be back next week starting whenever they're getting to those Ohio games and those tough divisional matchups. The Steelers could slide Pat Freiermuth out into that slot receiver role, providing what? The size, providing the blocking, those types of things that are needed inside the run game when you're playing with a slot receiver on the field. Yeah, the Steelers have to become more versatile. They have to use the talent that they have. And right now they're not. They're wasting big portions of it, like 50 plays a game. When you're sliding Allen Robinson into the slot, Allen Robinson could have a role, but it's not the slot receiver role. He shouldn't be out there 50 snaps a game. Use other guys out there. Connor Hayward could play that slot receiver role at times. Utilize them, guys. Utilize them. And when the run game starts to get going, because you're getting rid of like an Allen Robinson, players like that, you're bringing in some more heavy personnel, this run game starts to go, which they did Thursday night. I thought they did some nice things, but I think they could do more. And you need to incorporate Jalen more and more. I think that would help a little bit. But if you can combine Najee and Jalen and gain 150 yards on the ground, I think you're going to start controlling the time of possession. You're going to start opening things up. And what's the most important thing for this offense right now? If you're Kenny Pickett, that's the play action pass game. That is keeping the defense honest. That is not allowing them to load up the box for the run. That's not allowing them to double team everybody and really play some tight coverage to where Kenny really don't have a lot of open guys. It's making the defense play honest. Now, Kenny has missed lots of open guys. I give you that, guys. He's played poorly. He's really played poorly. But in the fourth quarter, he's played great. Let's talk about that because he's played great. And if you can do it in the fourth quarter, it's only a matter of time before you can do it throughout the game. And that's just the facts. I think he can. And if he can do it in the fourth quarter, what makes you think that he can't do it the rest of the game? It's just about building that confidence, that run game. That's football 101, the basics. You have to run the football effectively. And if you cannot, it makes the defense special. It makes the defense be able to do whatever they want. They know what you're going to do. You're very predictable. And that's where Kenny Pickett is going to come under some heavy fire. And he's going to get beat around. He's going to make bad decisions. And if you're the Steelers, running the football has to be your priority. And I know a lot of fans, including me, sometimes go, oh, it's a run, pass. That's what they do. They run the football on first and second down, but in reality, they don't, guys. They really don't. They don't run the football as much as they pass the football, and they're not even close to being balanced. They're a good 20% off on the run versus pass. They're a good 20% difference, and they need to shore that up a little bit. They need to close that gap on that pass-run ratio. They need to really fix that. And like I said, I think that will build a lot of confidence for Kenny Pickett. And the Steelers got to start getting some first downs. They really have to start grinding this clock a little bit. When you're only averaging 27 minutes a game throughout the season, at least that's the numbers I found on the internet. I don't know if they're perfect or exact, but that's what it seems to be. You got to become more balanced. There's teams out there averaging way over half the game on offense for them because why? They can run the football. They can control the clock. They keep things in between the lines. They don't get out of bounds a lot. They keep the clock moving. They gain first downs. That's the name of the game. Keeping things moving. And if you're Kenny Pickett, that's what you got to start doing. But let's talk about Kenny Pickett a little bit more, the confidence thing. You can see that he lacks a lot of confidence in those first three quarters. And I'm not sure why. Is it because Matt Canada and Mike Tomlin preached to him over and over, ball security, don't make the big mistake, don't throw those interceptions, don't allow us to get behind with that. Oh man, really putting pressure on him. You can't do that. I think if you're Mike Tomlin and Matt Canada, I think they're starting to take the chains off of Kenny Pickett, and I think that'll start to show in his play. And I think that'll start to sway some of the Kenny Pickett haters a little bit whenever they see that he's able to be a little bit more loose and a little bit more free and act more like the fourth quarter Kenny than the first quarter Kenny. And I think that'll mean a lot, and I think you'll really be able to see a difference. And when Kenny's playing like that, real stiff, real tight, he's not going to be able to do anything. And I get it if you're Mike Tomlin. You want to play a style of football of not turning the ball over ever. never making the big mistake, playing really close. Don't get out there and be crazy. Don't try to push the ball down the field often. Don't do anything exotic. I get that. And you're going to rely on your defense. I get that totally. And it's a formula for winning, and it's worked. They're 5-3. It's worked. Mike Tomlin's formula has worked. But I think you need to start making some changes here. Slow, subtle changes. So you don't need to make wholesale changes now. I think you are what you are. You're good on defense and you're struggling on offense. And I think you need to slowly now open things up and allow Kenny Pickett to start to play. It has to be done. And that's what fixes this Steelers offense. Play, action, pass, run game, offensive line play. Those three things I think can really open things up. Why? Because you saw the Steelers start to possibly think about attacking the middle of the field against the Tennessee Titans. They were starting to run some drag routes. Kenny missed one to George Pickens that should have been big. He hit one to Deontay Johnson as he slid up in the pocket on a play that was beautiful. A great way to manipulate the pocket on Kenny's part, which was special if you ask me. It looked really, really good. He was able to slide over to his right and up and hit Deontay Johnson coming across the middle on a drag. But I think those types of things are going to start to open up. And if you're the Steelers and you're really starting to put some speed out there with Calvin Austin on a more consistent basis, that starts to open and broaden the defense up because they have to respect those deep routes that Calvin's probably going to be out there running. And send Deontay and Calvin both on a deep route and run a drag with George Pickens or a skinny post with George Pickens. Attack that middle of the field. Those things help. Those things build confidence. Those things get this offense moving and gets them starting to get some first downs, getting some time of possession build up, and putting some points on the damn board, boys and girls. Getting some points. That's what they got to do. I mean, geez, it's a real simple formula. And I think if you're Mike Tomlin, you realize what the formula would be to get this offense a little bit better, but you're really trying to play close to the vest and really not trying to get crazy out there. You're really not trying to open things up because you found a formula that works. You're winning games. Yes, they're tight games. You're winning them by a small margin. You have to come back in the fourth quarter a lot of the times, but it works. And a guy like Mike Tomlin finds something that works and he doesn't deviate from it. He's very steady, and that's part of why he's good. But it's part of why sometimes people may think he's bad because he has to open some things up. And I think that's going to happen this Sunday against the Green Bay Packers, guys. I really, really do. I want you guys to put in the comments also what you think that the Steelers offense needs to do more of in order to fix itself, in order to maximize its potential. I want to know what you guys think. Put it in the comments. Give me what you think. Am I wrong here? Is the play action pass not what this team needs to be doing? Is the run game whatever? Like, yeah, they run the ball good. They just need to be halfway okay. Or do they need to be elite at running the football in order to keep Kenny Pickett confident and on schedule? What are those things? What things need to happen for the Steelers offense to become better? Am I missing something here? What do we need? And I know some of you are going to comment, Kenny just sucks. That's what you're missing. I get that, man. You may think that. It's okay. We're allowed to disagree. We're allowed to have varying opinions. I don't think Kenny sucks. I think Kenny lacks confidence. I think Kenny lacks no ability. I don't think he lacks any ability. I think he could do it, and he shows he can do it in the fourth quarter. He shows he can do it sometimes in the first quarter here and there, but he shows it. He is just a couple passes away each game from us talking about a different Kenny Pickett, and I'm telling you, it's about to happen, and the Steelers are really about to get on pace here. I think it's about time for the Steelers offense to have a breakout game. I'm predicting the Steelers get the first 400-yard game against the Green Bay Packers. And the reason I say that is because last game against the Titans on Thursday Night Football, there were open plays. There were plays that were going to allow Kenny Pickett to start to reach that 300-yard mark throwing. And if you're the Steelers, coupling that with 150 yards out of both your backs, I think that you can make some big strides. That would get you up to that 400-yard mark. That would get you into that 24 to 25 point average per game that you need to be in order to be competitive in the NFL and win championships. You have to be there. All right, guys. Let's get off the soapbox. like I always do. Sometimes I go off on a little crazy, uh, you know, being nuts about the Steelers offense, and I gotta reel it back in sometimes. So anyway, but hey, it's been nice out in the city of Pittsburgh, and I live in Morgantown, so it's been nice here. We actually had a 70-degree day yesterday. Things have been nice. We've had good weather, so I hope you guys go out, get outside, do your thing, get out and enjoy the weather while it lasts, because it's about to be doom and gloom. It's about to be dark at 5 o'clock. It's about to be cold as hell. So, hey, get out there, enjoy yourself. Hey, take your phone, though. Put your earbud in and listen to Mike Drop Sports. Keep helping the channel. And don't forget, guys, what side is it on? Whatever side it's on. One of these sides it's on. Go ahead and hit that red subscribe button if you haven't already. I appreciate you guys. We're headed toward that 1,000 subscriber mark. We're growing the channel immensely. You guys are kicking, ass. You guys are really helping out, and I truly, truly appreciate it. I've been doing before I get off, I've been doing something that, I don't know. Maybe some of you like it, maybe some of you don't. But I've been trying not to cuss as much on a video. I've been trying not to use foul language, because I want to be able to have young fans, young people be able to watch the content and not have all that cussing and craziness. Now, I will say the basics, the HE double hockey stick word, the shit word or something like that. But I don't want to drop any F-bombs or anything like that. So I've been really trying to be conscious of doing that, and let me know if you guys appreciate that or not, whatever. I want to make the content for the adults mostly, and for you guys that are true Steeler fans out there that really watch it every day. So I want to gear things towards you guys. But I've been really making an effort not to, especially because I know my kids are probably up there listening whenever I'm recording. So I don't really want to be dropping too many crazy words on here. But anyway, again, nice days out. Get outside. Thank you guys for helping me out with the channel so much. I want to bring some of you on too. Anybody that really wants to come on and talk Steelers and have a little bit of conversation. Like I said, I'm going to open up a phone line here soon, to where I know there's these apps out there that I can get, just where people could call in on one of our other cell phones in the house, and we can bring you guys on and have you talk a little bit of Steelers. Also, I'm always looking for a partner on here, for somebody that I can do like a split screen with. We can talk Steelers, and if you're somebody that's interested in making some content and doing some things like that, I'm always interested in talking to you and trying to figure out maybe if we can make something work and be able to film some content together. If this is something you're trying to do here in the media platform of YouTube or wherever, I think it'd be a good start for you guys. So if you want to do that, jump on with us. I appreciate it. Send me a message, and maybe we can make something work and make some good content and something people would enjoy. So until next time, guys, again, hit those subscribe buttons. Help us out. We're almost to 1,000. And keep watching. And if you've made it this far in the video, you must like it. So you should subscribe. But anyway, until next time, peace.